Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the We Believe in Freedom team call. And tonight's a really special night. But before we talk about what's special about it, I'd like to share with you just a little bit of background on the woman who leads this call. And by the way, this is a call for all of us, right? It's like anybody can come to this call from our team, even potentially new people, like some of you might be new people to this call tonight. And it is June the 15th. We're in the June is blooming, or June bloom, or one of those things with blooming. Because what we're looking at is like, how do we get back our control in life? How do we take back like the things that we have some say over? And I will tell you that Kathy is one of the most amazing leaders in that conversation. She just, I don't know how she does it, but she can create a space for someone to step into, and they can have the dreams that they want. So it is such a pleasure to let you hear from the person that we all love dearly, Kathy Helwig. Thank you, Kathy, for running this call.
Oh, thank you, Ariana. I'm excited about this call because, yes, we're kicking off Bloom in June, and it's kind of a reset. All of us really, after everything that's gone on in the last several months, I think we need a reset. A reset in a lot of ways, but our focus is in our health and our mindset. And so we just wanted to give everybody an opportunity to learn more about how they can make this reset more effective and fun and easy and motivating, right? And so, we'll start with a couple of things that are just really helpful hints for how to get your best results, no matter what you're doing to achieve those results and to reach your goals. So Lynn, you want to share some tips with what you can do when you're using the Isagenix nutrition?
Sure. And I'm going to focus on the Forever Pack. And so really just 2 products and then a little bit of food tips. But I've been doing Isagenix now for 15 years. So I've come across a lot of tips that have helped me personally. I had a great story in the beginning, lost 40 pounds and 75 inches rather quickly in a couple months. And and then I hit a plateau. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was working so well. What happened? So what someone shared with me is that you have to change things up. So I was doing 2 shakes a day in a sensible meal, and I always did a 1 meal food bar, 1 meal shake, and then a low calorie meal. And so I was doing the same routine every single day. And someone said, you got to mix it up. So that's my biggest tip. If you've been on this for a while, or even just starting out, just for variety and mix things up, because I tell you, once I did that, everything started happening again. I started getting into momentum again. So what I did then, sometimes I'd have a shake for breakfast, and sometimes I'd do a food bar for lunch and a sensible meal. Then the next day, maybe I'd have a shake in the morning, meal at lunchtime, and maybe another shake at nighttime. So just kind of mixing things up. Drinking water is so key to the whole program. Make sure you're drinking at least your ounces of how's that worded? Your body weight in ounces every single day, or half of your, is it half?
It's half.
It's half. I was like, that's a lot of water. Half of your body weight in ounces of water, which is so helpful. And someone told me to actually have 8 ounces of water before every meal and 8 ounces right after you finish the meal. So I always forget to do that, but I definitely drink a lot of water throughout the day.
So Lynn, let's just give an example. So if they weigh, say, 200 pounds, then they would want to be drinking 100 ounces of water per day.
Right. Our shakes, they have are 240 calories, and what are they in? 24 grams of carbs. And so I know a lot of people are doing the keto thing right now. Well, we have a great product for keto, which is less carbs, only 6 carbs, and it's 140 calories, which is the Tri-Release. So those of you that may be, wanting to do a little bit more keto and just watching your carbs, that's a great alternative. And it tastes really good. I do it sometimes as a meal replacement. Mixing 2 shakes together. I have a gal that's on the product, and she said, the birthday cake is kind of sweet for me, and so is the chocolate. So I said, well, what you can do is do 1 scoop of, let's say, the chocolate and maybe 1 scoop of vanilla. just to kind of lessen the chocolate flavor, which she thought was too, strong. So think of that, you can always lessen that chocolatey flavor or whatever flavor you've got there that is maybe too sweet for you. So, her product is amazing, and there's so many things you can do with it. You can make protein balls, which are a great healthy snack to do. We have lots of recipes that we post in our group there, the wellness group that we have. You can also make a shake bowl. So you can make your shake and just put extra ice into it. If you want, put it in a bowl, and you can add strawberries and nuts and all kinds of things, and have it that way. So many ways you can do it. Another good thing is, instead of a shake, you can do a food bar. And a food bar is just like a shake. It just doesn't have all the digestive enzymes in there. And so, when I was in my days of working as a teacher, I would do a food bar, at least for one of the meals while I was at work. And it was just so handy, run out the door with the food bar. So I have a couple tips on the Isogenesis. Most of you, I think, are taking it, but if those of you that might watch this, Isogenesis is a telomere product, and it actually affects every single cell in the body. The recommended dose is 2 in the morning and 2 at night. If you're having some kind of a health challenge, some people say, you can bump it up, do 3 and 3 if you want. But it will address any challenge you have in the body. They say that whether you have, whatever challenge it might be, you can go to PubMed and put in, diabetes and telomeres. So you can relate everything back to a telomere issue. So as we support our telomeres with this product, you can actually help your health challenges that you're having. And we're able to answer some questions for you. It takes 90 to 120 days for the Isogenesis to infiltrate every cell in your body. So if someone's taking it and you're like on, week 1, they're like, well, I don't feel anything. It's just keep taking it. It takes that long to get into your body, and it's going to target the weaker cells, what I've been told, first. It will treat the core roots of your body, which is your cell. Exercise could actually it can actually accelerate telomere aging because it causes extra stress on the body. So nutrition, again, is the key for that. A lot of athletes, taking the Isogenesis and our product just helps fuel the body. And now I'm not saying exercise is bad, because it's definitely good. So really with the Isogenesis, you're turning back the clock. It works 24/7 on 100% of people, and it cannot not work, is what I've been told. So, when you put it in your body, it is working on every single cell in your body. So it's pretty exciting. It's one of the greatest supplements that anyone could take that will support the foundation of every single cell in your body. So I love it. I don't know how long we've been doing it, Kathy. Is it 6 years now it's been around?
No, I think it's closer to 9 or 10.
We lose time. We've been doing this for so long. And then just a couple food tips. Your last meal you want to eat before 7, right? That's a good thing to remember. 400 to 600 calorie meal typically is good. I always say do a lighter meal at the end of the day. I really like, actually, if my family's not around, I don't have to feed them. I'm doing a shake for dinner lots of times. Several healthy snacks, and Isagenix has so many different options that we can all do. Another one that I love is the accelerator, which helps speed up the metabolism. So as we get older, things tend to kind of slow down. So the biggest thing is just mix things up. And if you get stalled on weight loss, just keep putting it in your body. It will work. And I've really chosen to have this as a lifestyle for me for the rest of my life, because I love the product. I love how I feel on it. And I love how they're always coming out with new things, new shakes, new flavors. So it's a great nutritional program. And we're here to help support anybody that has any questions, that we can help you through your challenges if you have any.
Awesome. Thanks, Lynn. I know you've had, I remember when you first started, you had great results right off the bat, as most people do.
Yeah. Right.
What were those results in like your first 30 days?
Yeah, going back 15 years, I know in 3 months, I lost the 40 pounds and 75 inches on my body. And it was just like amazing, because I had tried so many different products to have any results. And this was the first thing that really, really worked in my body. So
yeah, that's awesome. Well, let me share my story. You know, I've actually been doing Isagenix for 17 years. Um, and I'm telling you that the first week I was using it, I said to myself, I'm going to use this for the rest of my life because it shifted everything for me. I went from feeling sluggish and fluffy and and tired all the time and just feeling like a cloud was over my head. And in that first week, I started sleeping through the night, which I couldn't believe. I hadn't been doing that in years. And I just felt euphoric is the only word I can come up with. And I didn't have the wherewithal to take a before picture when I started. But I wanted to share with you a before and after for part of my journey. And so I'll share that right now. So this is over about a 6-week period during my journey. And you can see I'd already lost probably 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. Actually, it was probably even more than that. But I still had those rolls in my midsection and just really focusing on my health. And I did some exercising during that time, even though I really am not one of those people who enjoy exercising. But in that period of time, I just firmed up and, you know, got rid of a lot of body fat. And so that was amazing to me. And so anyway, one of the things I wanted to share with you is another tip about really tracking your results and journaling what you're doing. I know for me, just doing my weight and measurements was effective because we women, oftentimes we will lose inches, and that is the more profound result than the scales. Would you guys agree? Yeah. Men, it's different. But for women, it's like that. And so it really is important to track your results, especially your inches. But track other things, you know, how you're feeling, what's your energy like? How well are you sleeping? What about your mental state? You know, how much stress are you feeling? That improved for me as well, you know. And so there's different things that you want to track, but also what are you eating, right? So for me, my sugar cravings went away. And so I was eating a lot less sweet things and not missing the breads and stuff like that at all. And so it was very motivating from the get-go to know that I was getting results and that I knew it was going to be easier for me to just keep going. Track your exercise as well. You know, like I said, I was not a person to enjoy exercising, but heck, I'd go out and take a walk, right? So I'll track that and I'll journal that. So a tool that we have for tracking is IsaLife, and you can download the IsaLife app onto your mobile and track your results with that. And that's a lot of fun. You can also place orders with that IsaLife app. So just go to your app store on your phone and find IsaLife and download it. And then, of course, a really good resource is IsaBody Challenge. Amy, would you like to share about the IsaBody Challenge?
Sure. Okay, so the IsaBody Challenge is, you know, Isagenix free challenge. They do it 3 times a year, and it's for a 16-week period. And what you do is, you know, you submit your before pictures as well as your after photos. And for just completing that, you earn $200 worth of free products. But the great thing about it too is it has accountability, you know, like you get motivated and you get the results. Also, if you wanted to be judged, you can be a finalist, which means to say like you can earn $1,000, $2,000, even be a grand prize winner in the US for $25,000, or even be a global prize winner for $50,000. So it's really a journey, and you can do it as often as you want.
Imee, share your testimony.
Oh, okay. Yes. So for my testimony, let me just, can I share my screen? I know you disabled.
Oh, here, I'll make sure you can.
So anyways, before Isagenix, I was actually feeling grumpy, frumpy, moody, sluggish, just like no energy at all. I really felt old. And so let me just do this to show you. Okay, so this was me before. And of course, I didn't really like what I saw in the mirror. As you could see, I was wearing a floral shirt so that I can hide the muffin top that, that was hard to get rid of. And so when I started Isagenix, just within a few days, I already noticed the difference. Waking up ahead of the alarm clock, I was like, my moods were a lot better, and Chuck was thanking Isagenix for that. And I lost 20 pounds and 3 dress sizes within 4 months. Now, I wasn't exercising like Kathy. I didn't want to sweat or anything like that. But, lo and behold, that extra energy, you'd want to do it. And the other thing is, you start in a journey, but you attract people who are also in the same path as you. So I attracted people, Chuck wanted to run, so I did, run. And then of course, so this one is a great picture. So I started, running. And so like, important to me, of course, was running with our son, who loves to run. I've actually started with the cleansing and fat burning system, and then went on to use some of our products, which is really the AMP, workout products and stuff. So as Lynn mentioned about lifestyle, and definitely this one is a healthy lifestyle. So we don't want it to be a 14-day reset. That's right, a quick fix, but we really want to have a maintenance program in place. So after our challenge, what I've noticed is like you become better and better. You change your identity from the person you were before to somebody who's like, oh wow, living vibrantly and alive. So this one is one of my favorite pictures, because one is I was afraid of heights, but look at this. So it's really like evolving. You develop personally, aside from just transforming your body. So that's the exciting part of doing this with people. And of course, because like family is important to me, I'm just like so blessed that with Isagenix, I'm not on the sidelines watching them live life, but I'm also experiencing it with them. So that's my story.
Great, thank you, Imee. Man, what a transformation. That was awesome. And how long ago was that when you first started with Isagenix?
Yeah, so I've been doing this for 13 years, would you believe it? And like you, Kathy, I'm going to have, to consume Isagenix for life, because like what Lynn was saying, it's on a cellular level. And again, yeah. You
look so much younger than that first photo. It's amazing.
So the telomere support. Right, we have the anti-aging solution as well.
Yeah. Ariana, would you like to share about your testimony, and also what are some of the things that people can do to really stay motivated personally?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things, because I'm going to tell you, today was a tough day for me and I fell off a little. But you know what I get about this program? It's not about what I'm doing today or tomorrow. It's really about my commitment to the long term. And there's this really fantastic book, and then I'll share with you my testimony, but there's this really fun little book. It's called The 4 Agreements. And if you look at the agreements, they apply basically to all parts of your life: relationships, personal experiences with yourself, family, your health focus, promises you make to yourself. And these are the 4 agreements. And it really is something you can take on each day. And then I'm going to talk to you about the concept called a teaspoon, because I really love that one. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And so what I take that to mean is, so I'm going to commit to these next few weeks through the end of June to really changing the way I focus on my health and my body and how I feel. And I don't know what it's going to look like necessarily. Like I could say, yeah, I'm going to do shakes every day, or I'm going to do cleansing every 5-10 days or whatever. But I really get to say, I'm going to be conscious in the morning for that next 24 hours on how I treat my body, because my body's my temple, right? So that's being impeccable with my word. I'm going to take care of who I live in. I don't know what even that means. Anyway, the second agreement is don't take anything personally, guys. Like you do something wrong. Oh my gosh, like the day isn't done. Your life isn't over. You haven't screwed up, etc. Right? You get to live into something again, even the next second, right? If you had a piece of provolone and you were supposed to be cleansing today, right? You get to live into the next second of taking it back again. So, and don't take things personally, whatever people are saying, oh, you're on that crazy thing, or, oh, you've done this before, or what do you want to get out of this? Just like go with the flow. It's your promise to yourself. You don't owe this to anyone but yourself, but that's the biggest person you want to do it for. Because so the third one is don't make assumptions, people. Don't assume you're going to know what this is going to look like, right? Don't assume that you're going to know, oh, I've done this before. I know what it's going to look like. Don't make assumptions. It's really powerful to stay with that child's mind, not knowing, being in the moment, being present, right? Those are really good things. And then the last one is, oh my gosh, always do your best. And when I look at the word best, it's the best in my moment, right? Like, my best when I'm feeling great and my life is going fantastic and I don't have any worries. That's a different kind of best than the best is I'm struggling today, or that was a hard yesterday and I just want to relax today. Just do your best for now, right? Just do it for now. Because like I was saying, this thing called teaspoons, it's one of my new favorite things in life as I've gotten older. Teaspoons for me are all about just take the next moments and see what you can do to change something, and it's a teaspoon size. It's not like, that big thing about, how you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time, right? You can't gobble the whole thing down. You'll choke on it, right? So take a teaspoon for your day. If you're in this June bloom, look at what you want to maybe change for your health. Maybe you want to walk. For the next 2 weeks, you're going to walk every day. You're going to maybe even, use a Fitbit or some kind of calculator, a little pedometer. Those are really cheap. They're like $5, right? And just give yourself a little gift that you haven't given yourself before, just to see what would happen, right? Who knows? You might feel better. So I'm going to show you my before and after.
Oh,
Kathy, would you let me share?
I will.
All right. Let me. This is big and monstrous, but here we go. It's all good though. I love it because what I was really looking at in my life was the person on the left, really, she's fine. In most worlds, people would have said, why do you even bother? Why are you trying so hard? And by the way, I was in my 40s. And I thought, well, you know what? I never was like this before. Like I hit 40 and things were changing. I could do what I always did, eat well and exercise, but this is what was starting to happen. And I noticed I kept gaining like 1 or 2 pounds a year. And I couldn't do anything about it, it seemed. And then when my girlfriend said to me, you know what, Ariana, I've dropped 32 pounds. It's my friend Margaret. And she looked spectacular. I mean, she looked like she had lost 20 years, not just 32 pounds. And I thought, I want a little of that. I'm in my 40s, I'm going to grab back that golden ring and just feel good about myself. And so that was my after. It didn't take long. It was 18 days, 18 pounds. I mean, I'm not even going to say I did two back 9 to 9 days programs because we didn't have the 30-day then. What we had was the 9-day. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm all about, I'm going to take this on and be my word, right? And I was so focused and good. But what I can tell you now is over the years, and I've been doing this for 15 years, I've been on Isagenix products for 15 years. What I've discovered is my life goes through different seasons. My body experiences different seasons. But what I can say is Isagenix has something for me at every stage in my life. And I don't need to have a bathing suit body. I mean, I don't know if you'd consider that a bathing suit body, but it was for me. I'd go to the, I wore my bikini, and I got a really cool bikini that summer, right? But now, it's like I'm older, 15 years later, don't do the math. And for me, I just want to feel good. I want to wake up in the morning and not feel like I want to stay in bed all day. I want to be able to feel happy. I want to have smiles on my face more than frowns, right? And I know that Isagenix is giving my body the right tools. It's all about the tools. If you have the right tools in your life, you will be able to do the things that, you wouldn't be able to do if you just had your hands. It's harder with just using your hands. The tools make a difference, and the body is the miracle. And I'm done. Thank you.
Oh, that's so great. You covered everything I wanted you to cover. And I love that book. The 4 Agreements. I read that many years ago. Mm-hmm. I also want to share another thing, and that's some resources that you can use that Isagenix provides for us. And so one of the resources is welcome to isagenix.com. This is a website that has some short videos, how to do a shake day, how to do a cleanse day. It's got some recipes. It's got the IsaLife app and instructions on that. There's just a lot of great information on it. If you haven't seen that website, go to it and take advantage of the information there. Another one is isagenixhealth.net. What this is hundreds, if not thousands, of articles about health and how Isagenix addresses these things, right? And so you can just put in the search bar what you're looking for, and it'll pull up different articles about that. Love that website. I use it all the time. isaproduct.com is another one that talks specifically about each of the products. Isagenix.com, that's our main website. If you've come in as a preferred customer, then that's where you would go to log into your account. And then we've got the Facebook groups. We've got We Believe in Freedom, Health, and Wealth, and the Isagenix IsaBody Challenge Facebook group. And so you want to become members of those groups as well. So I think we did a really good job of keeping this within 30 minutes. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to add?
I want to add something. You taught me the other day, Kathy, which I thought was great to pass on the isagenixhealth.net. If you go up into the search bar at the top and type in Ask a Nutritionist, and then it'll lead you into a page where you can ask one of the 2 nutritionists anything you want, and they'll get back to you.
Yep.
So
it actually has some frequently asked questions. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, that's where you can actually ask a question. So yeah. I discovered that too.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to add, like Kathy mentioned about the IsaLife being a great tool to track your progress. That's also where you can register for the IsaBody Challenge, and you will also get some IsaBody exercises there that you can check off. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining this call. And of course I am recording it, so I'm going to be posting it for those people who couldn't show up. And so just want to wish everybody a beautiful night and a blessed week, and take care.